2026 is stacked, but hype doesn't mean much anymore. What matters is execution. The games on this list come from proven studios, ambitious newcomers, or franchises that can't afford to miss. Whether they live up to it or not, these are the 15 best games coming this year.
How does that sound?
When do I start?
007 First Light is IO Interactive's take on James Bond, the studio behind the modern Hitman trilogy. That alone makes this worth paying attention to. They're building an original Bond story not tied to any movie, focused on espionage, stealth, and global missions. If it plays like Hitman with gadgets, car chases, and cinematic set pieces, it could be incredible. Bond isn't Agent 47. He's not meant to be a silent ghost in every mission. He's flashy, reckless, and sometimes messy. If IO leans too hard into pure stealth, it could feel off. But if they get the tone right, this might finally be the great Bond game people have been waiting for.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
He grabbed you for a reason.
Requiem looks like Capcom trying to merge every era of Resident Evil into one experience. Survival horror, action-heavy combat, first-person, third-person, it's all here. Set in the ruins of Raccoon City, decades after the outbreak, it's leaning hard into nostalgia while still pushing forward. The dual protagonist system is especially interesting. One side is slow, tense survival, the other is more aggressive and combat-focused. The risk is tonal whiplash. If the two styles don't blend well, it could feel messy. But Capcom has been on an incredible run lately. If anyone can pull this off, it's them. Phantom Blade Zero looks like a dream game for action fans. Fast, stylish sword combat, inspired by martial arts films and Souls-like precision, wrapped in a dark fantasy world. It's flashy without feeling shallow. The animations are insane. The combat looks deliberate, not just button mashing. It feels like something between Sekiro, Devil May Cry, and classic kung fu cinema. The big question is depth. Can it stay interesting for 30+ hours, or is it just going to look amazing in trailers?
It's been years.
Legacy of Atlantis looks like the reset many Tomb Raider fans have been waiting for. The focus is clearly shifting back toward real exploration and puzzle-driven tomb raiding instead of constant survival drama. The Atlantis setting opens the door for underwater ruins, ancient tech, and more myth-heavy storytelling, which fits the series perfectly. What stands out most is the stronger sense of adventure, less about barely surviving, more about uncovering lost civilizations. This feels much closer to the classic Tomb Raider identity that fans have been asking to see return. Forza Horizon is still the gold standard for open-world racing. The fact that it's set in Tokyo is awesome since it opens the door for mountain roads, neon-lit city streets, and long scenic highways. Few racing games understand pacing and reward systems like Horizon does, and that consistency is why it keeps succeeding. If it keeps the same smooth driving, constant rewards, and festival atmosphere that is known for, it will be the best game in the Horizon series. LEGO games succeed when they prioritize charm over scale. Batman's universe is perfect for that balance. Iconic characters, exaggerated villains, and playful storytelling. The Gotham setting gives it a ton of personality, and the massive roster of heroes and villains adds plenty of variety across the campaign. It doesn't try to overcomplicate anything. It just delivers a fun, polished superhero adventure that's easy to jump into, and surprisingly hard to put down once it gets going.
I'm Batman.
We fight those who will.
Crimson Desert is aiming high. Maybe too high, but that ambition is what makes it exciting. Large-scale battles, cinematic storytelling, deep systems, and a massive open world all competing for attention. If Pearl Abyss can maintain focus and pacing, Crimson Desert could deliver an RPG experience that feels truly epic instead of exhausting. This is one of those games where execution will determine everything. If the developers actually pull this off, it could rival games like The Witcher 3 and Elden Ring. That's a big if. Insomniac's Wolverine is one of the most anticipated superhero games ever. After Spider-Man, people trust this studio completely. They understand movement, combat, and storytelling. Smaller environments, visceral combat, and emotional weight could set this apart from typical superhero games. Logan works best when he's struggling, not winning. Having that in mind, it could be one of Marvel's most mature adaptations.
I am DI-0336.
Pragmata feels quiet in a good way. Not loud, not flashy, just atmospheric. Sci-fi games often go big with explosions and spectacle. This one looks more intimate and isolated. The tone suggests something slower, maybe more narrative-focused. Capcom doesn't usually experiment without purpose, so the mystery around this project actually adds to its appeal instead of hurting it.
Hooking control protocols.
A long time.
Bungie bringing Marathon back is one of the more interesting moves in the current shooter landscape. Instead of chasing traditional campaign structure, the game is built around a competitive extraction format set in a stylized sci-fi world. What immediately stands out is the clean art direction and Bungie's trademark weapon feel, which has historically been one of their biggest strengths. Marathon isn't trying to be another military shooter. It's leaning into tension, risk, and high-stakes runs where every decision matters. For players who enjoy skill-driven PvP with long-term progression, this is easily one of the more intriguing multiplayer releases on the horizon. GTA 6 isn't just another sequel, it's a cultural event. It's been over 10 years, 3 console generations, billions in revenue later, Rockstar is finally moving on. Vice City, 2 protagonists, a massive evolving world, and a level of detail that's supposed to surpass anything they've done before. It will be huge, it will be detailed, and will break records. The only real question is, does it innovate again, or is it just GTA 5 but bigger? Either way, it's going to dominate everything when it launches.
Coming sure you get your mega fan.
The new Fable is one of Xbox's most important games. Playground Games, known for Forza Horizon, is rebuilding this fantasy RPG from scratch. The humor, charm, and British weirdness are all supposed to be back. The problem is expectations. Fable fans want choices, consequences, and personality, not just a pretty open world. If Playground understands what made Fable special, this could be a major comeback. If not, it'll just be another generic fantasy RPG.
Nowhere else to go.
Welcome.
I'll try to forget.
Soros is Housemarque's follow-up to Returnal, and that already tells you a lot. Expect fast movement, precision shooting, and brutal difficulty, but this time, it's leaning more into narrative and progression. Returnal was amazing, but it was also punishing. Many players bounced off it. Soros looks like an attempt to keep the intensity while being more accessible. If they strike that balance, this could be one of PlayStation's most interesting exclusives. Squadron 42 is the single-player campaign of Star Citizen. It's been in development for over a decade. It has Hollywood actors, massive budgets, and endless delays. On paper, it's a cinematic space epic. In reality, it's one of gaming's biggest question marks. If it actually launches in a polished state, it could be incredible. If not, it'll reinforce every criticism about the project. Those are the most notable games currently lined up for 2026. Which one are you watching closest? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.